What's up, Darklings? Welcome to another episode. This is Lord Dark. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. We're going into some Dead by Daylight. Gonna do another character review. Like I said, it has been a while. Even I feel like it's been forever since I hopped on. I've been really focused on Destiny, which I don't happen to stream. But I think I might start streaming some of that since that's what I'm on more predominantly anyway. I was busy during the competition that we just got through with, and then afterwards I took a vacation in general from just, gaming. So I'm back on now. Gonna try and get through all of these reviews. There's a couple characters I have to buy along the way, but I have played with them. Except for the one from I don't know what they call him in this, but the guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I haven't played with him at all just yet. But like Michael Myers, I don't own him, but I played with him, so I still know the general workings of him. But when I get around to the guy from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's basically going to be kind of like review slash first time playing with him, so it'll be should be fun to watch. People are probably gonna escape me, but we'll see, unless he's like really good. So my setup for him isn't really extravagant at the moment, because like I said, I mean it's level 1. So, he's not really having much here. We got enduring, so I'm more resilient to pain, and therefore I can recover from stuns 50% faster. We also have Tinkerer. When Generous repaired to 85%, you'll receive a noise notification, and my repair radius would reduce to 0. Honestly, that's not a bad one either, but I feel like people try and stun him a lot because of the chainsaw maneuver, so I feel like it's honestly more worth it to have something that helps you with that. Then there's Lightborn. Unlike other Beasts of the Fog, you have adapted to light, so resistance to blindness by 20%. Recovery is increased by 50%. That really only helps if they have a flashlight, which, flashlights aren't that difficult to move out of the way of in the first place, but even if they did have a flashlight and they were messing with you like that, it's still more important to have the other perk, with, 50% increased recovery it's godlike as far as help goes. So yeah, in his right arm for slashing, we got that propane tank, which of course I put that there. You could have normally it's a sledgehammer, but for his special ability, it's going to be that chainsaw right there. So you're going to break into a sprint, and then it automatically starts the dying state on a successful hit. So if it hits him, it's an instant down, and he's the only character that I know of at the moment that can do that. I'm not sure if, well, Michael Myers also has an ability similar, but not as easy, and then, I'm not sure about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy. He might have the same move, but as far as I know, since I haven't done the Texas Chainsaw guy, this one's the only one who can just instant down you one hit from the get-go, beginning of the game. Michael Myers takes a while for his to proc, but once it does activate, then he could one hit. And then, like I said, the only other one I would assume could even do it would be the Texas Chainsaw guy. I think that pretty much sums everything up. I'm running with the Scarecrow outfit. Don't really have pants for him. don't use them, so that's really just the best I could pull off with them. Let's go ahead and just get a lobby started, and let's see what we can manage. I have played with him before. It's not my first time with this character. With that said, people hate me. It's not like I'm difficult to escape. It's one of those things where when you see me play Freddy, you'll understand why I kind of elaborate on that so much. But escaping me is not something that's easy to do when I really bond with a character. So, Freddy is one of those ones that I've just bonded with, and I do really, really well. But some of these guys, like, I cannot, and as you've seen in my previous video, if you haven't watched it yet, go ahead and check out my Trapper video. I believe it was the first review I did because I've been trying to do these in order. The Trapper video, I hate him. I can't play with him. I feel like he just... I think he could be good, potentially, if you could pour that much time into making him good, then maybe. But you would literally have to pour hours and hours of game time to level him up to the point where his abilities might actually start to make him good. Because I don't know what his abilities stack up to eventually, and maybe if you were to mess around with stuff, you might be able to get a good roll on him. But I can personally tell you, I have never been stopped by a trapper as a survivor. I've never met one that was successful enough to actually, come after the whole team and get a whole 4-man kill. So that's just, it's not a likely situation with him. Versus, but I mean, he is labeled as an easy character, and like I said, I feel like the harder a character is labeled, the better they end up being, because they're harder to use, but they really reward someone who can play well with them. Alright, let's go ahead and get into this. And the only thing with him is whenever you're trying to hit someone with the chainsaw, it's not the easiest thing in the world. You have to start up the chainsaw first, and then you go into this like lunatic run where he starts like sprinting straight at him. And so that right there could be a bit of a challenge. This guy was not the wisest of the bunch. Uh-oh. See, and I will reiterate, I'm sure I've said this before, there's one thing I hate. It's someone who literally just goes into these matches. See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about right there with the chainsaw situation. Like, the chainsaw is one of those things where you have to get that straight line hit. Okay. I felt like that was a bit ridiculous. There we go. Sorry, I got a little distracted. What I meant to say is people who, pull... There we go. Pull what he pulled right there. Where he disconnects right away. Okay, now I feel like... Okay, no, he couldn't reconnect. Okay. That's 2 down. But he's probably about to get the other one up, and I'm fully aware of that, but I'm going to try not to let him. Okay, that's good. He didn't go straight for the other guy like he should have. Yeah. Feel like, oh wow, not a wise choice, to be honest, to not go after any of your friends. That is a big mistake people make when going against me as an opponent. Like, not going for your friends is a fatal mistake. Because now there's only one of him alive. He won't be hard for me to track, but it will be hard for him to get his buddy off the hook. Nevertheless, this gives me time to go back into what I was saying. People that disconnect, that will straight up send me into a rage. I cannot stand it when someone gets petty about losing and it's like, oh, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and disconnect then. You know, you're leaving your team. You know, you're not a team player at all. Hey, bud. Yep, 50% increase. You guys see what I'm talking about right there? Like, trust and believe me when I say he thought he had that crap right there. Just like right there, another fatal mistake. He lacks the ability. What the? So whatever he did right there was pretty crazy. But either way, not too concerned because he failed to save his bud. There we go. Damn, I bet you he hit in there too, and I failed to see it. Okay, so I'm having a bit of a glitch right there. Like, it literally held me still with the chainsaw. So he slowed himself way down with that right there. And he actually thought I didn't see him, which was even more just wow. You know? Just astonishing. So not a bad round ultimately. Did I get use out of the chainsaw this round? No, unfortunately, because you know, I think I might have been having a little bit of lag, you know, either that or it just glitched out on me, but ultimately, that chainsaw move from right behind him definitely should have got him there, because I had started up the chainsaw, and then he didn't end up lunging toward him like he should have. He just kind of stayed still, and that's what screwed me over there. But, I think it definitely had potential to be more deadly. As far as moves go, or perks, I guess, ultimately, and I've noticed this before with playing with him, he is just an easy character to play. Not gonna lie, he does feel cheap when you play him, like no matter, what's the word for it? He has the chainsaw move, which, like we just established, can one shot down somebody. But even if you weren't to do that, his hit ability, you can hold that down so long that it's a real forgiving move. With you being able to hold that button so long, you could really turn left or right a lot to try and hit them. There are some people that you can't really hold the button down that long. Like, once you hit the button, they go straight for a lunge. And if it does that, then it's not very forgiving. If you miss, you're screwed. With him, you could hold that button down so long, and he holds his hammer back, that you could just release whenever you want, kind of situation. So if they're trying to spin around you and juke you and stuff, you could just spin around too, and by the time you release, you're, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna hit the mark. Feel like some kind of tracking for him would be a nice perk to add. Something where he could see the red scratches a little bit better. That would probably help him in chasing people. I feel like characters who go invisible are better for terror radius. I think for him you'd want to minimize terror radius, but at the same time it's kind of weird because you want him to keep moving. No, yeah, let's agree with that. I'd say maximize his terror radius by using a perk that increases that, and then that'll kind of scare them away from messing around with the generators while you're coming around them. So, if your terror radius is increased to this just stupid amount, everywhere you walk, they're going to hear the heartbeat, and they're going to think that you're next to them, and that's going to spook them from generator. So they'll never really know when you're there. But maybe pairing something that boosts the terror radius with this one right here, I believe. Yeah, Insidious. So after 4 seconds of standing still, terror radius is reduced to 0. Now, moves like this help because you could stand still and watch a body, and then the moment someone gets near it and you move, it restarts the terror radius at max. So then your terror radius goes to 0, so they're like, good, I can come after my friend now. But then the moment you make a step, boom, it hits maximum terror radius, and it's like, whoa, he's here already? Like, how did he get back here? And then at the same time, their friend might be over there doing a generator while he's trying to pick his buddy up, and now he's spooked too. He's like, shoot, is he coming for me? Is he coming for you? It really disorients well. So I'd say that move to minimize terror radius, and once you get to like level 3 of that, oh, excuse me, yawning. Once you get to like level 3 of that move, Insidious, it becomes 2 seconds of standing still. So you just stand still 2 seconds, and your terror radius goes down to 0. And max of the other one, don't quote me on this, but I want to say it's like 72 meters or 80 meters, something like that, of terror radius. So, you go from 0 to 85 in the flash of a second, and vice versa, you go from 85 to 0 in just those 2 seconds, and it disorients your enemy pretty well. In his case, I don't think I'm going to sit here and buy the perks because he's still not a character that I want to invest in. So this is one of those videos where it's like, take it as you will kind of thing. Like, that's my best advice that I could give you for him, is to try and run with something that decreases terror radius and increases terror radius. Then as far as the last perk goes, it's one of those situations where it's like, either you can you could run. I feel like he didn't feel like they were able to fight him that well when I picked them up, so I don't think you need the grapple one where you hold on to him tighter. That might be a thing, like you might decide while you're playing with them that benefits you, but for me, I wouldn't waste it on him. It didn't feel like they were really fighting him that well, whereas some of these characters, the moment they start fighting you feel it. It's like they're throwing you around. So he felt like he had a pretty solid ground, and he was moving solid. maybe the basement hook one, but my thing is I guess he has a moderate movement speed, so the basement hook might work. For those of you who don't 100% know what I'm talking about, there's a perk that it does more to them if you put them on a basement hook instead of a regular hook. So it increases the okay, so one of the things it does is decreases the chance that they'll escape from the hook if it's in the basement. Then it increases the death rate, so they die faster on a basement hook. And it also decreases the amount it takes for the time, or decreases the amount of time it takes for the entity to spawn. So the entity will spawn faster, and they'll lose life faster, and ultimately that just means that you'll be able to kill them faster. It definitely is a combination that is worth checking out. I do suggest it. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed what you've seen. Go like some more of my videos if you want to check those out. I'm really enjoying doing this series with you guys. So yeah, like I was saying, definitely go leave likes on my other videos. Subscribe if you enjoy the channel in general. I really enjoy making this content for you guys. These videos specifically are super fun for me to make. Yeah, just enjoy your guys' day. Catch you later, Darklings.